Geometry Final Exam Review number 2 packet. For the open response, it says, number 1, use the angle addition postulate to find x. So first, angle RQS is 6/8 plus 8, or 6x plus 8. And PQS is 7x minus 6. We are told that angle RQP is 80 degrees. So then we would add these two angles to equal the entire angle of 80 degrees. So if I combine my like terms, I get 13x. Negative 6 plus 8 is 2. And that equals 80. Subtract 2, we get 78. And if we divide by 13, we get x is 6. In number 2, it says that ym is congruent to mt. And that is given to us. So that statement is pretty easy to do. And if I look to see on my picture here, we know that this is congruent to this. So what do we know about this point M? Well, it has to be the middle or the midpoint. So point M is the midpoint. And I know that by the definition of midpoint. For number 3, we're given that angle 2 is 12x plus 8 and angle 3 is 22x plus 36. These two angles are on the same side of the transversal and they sum to be 180. And they're called same side interior angles. And so I can add these together and equal that to 180. If I combine like terms, we get 34x plus 44 equals 180. Subtract 44. We get 136. If we divide by 34, we get 4. Now it does ask us for the measure of angle 1. So if I look at this, angle 1 is corresponding to angle 3. Okay? If these are corresponding angles, they are equal to each other. And so if I plug x into angle 3, that gives me the answer to angle 1. So the measure of angle 3 is congruent to the measure of angle 1, and so 22. Okay, sorry about that interruption. So 22 times 4 plus 36. So we would have 88 plus 36, and that would give us 124 degrees. Okay. In number 4, we have angle 1 and angle 2. And these are congruent by vertical angles, so I would just set these expressions equal to each other. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and subtract the 6x first, getting 52 equals 9x. And then if I subtract 34, I would get 18. And if I divide by 9, we get 2. Alright, so if I plug 2 back into either one of these, I know angle 1 and angle 2. So the measure of angle 1 is equal to the measure of angle 2 by vertical angles. So we could say 6 times 2 plus 52 is 64 degrees. So both of those angles are 64. And then to get angle 3, we take 180 minus 64 and get 116. So angle 3 is 116 degrees.